Jay-Z and Beyonce are better than the average Hollywood couple in keeping their private lives private. It's very rare that photos or especially video leaks out. Today, though, we've got some video, and it's a little bit juicier than the regular, like, oh, here's our baby video. Let's watch. So you're seeing Jay-Z.
Oh, damn, wait, the shit just got real.
Beyonce's sister, Solange.
What I love is how calm they were when they got into the elevator. The elevator closes, and then all of a sudden, "Yes, mas macho." Man, she had to be restrained.
Yeah.
Damn. That was some serious kick with the heels and such. Okay.
There was some spitting, you see there, and a little bit more spitting.
Wow.
Yeah,
Man, that was real.
The punching, the kicking, and the spitting. That's a triple threat there from Solange Knowles.
Okay, first of all, obviously they're super embarrassed about this. They didn't want this out. So Jay-Z, not knowing that he was being recorded, a model of civility, if you ask me. He grabbed her foot once, but like, kudos to him for not doing it.
Overreacting.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so all right.
We had no idea that the footage would be released. I mean, granted, he's got the bodyguards. He's probably used to not having to defend himself, but he didn't even like slap her away or anything.
Okay,
good job.
Okay, yeah, this is the first time anyone has ever gotten credit for not doing this.
Hey, it's been a while since he's been on the streets, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Some of the fighting skills drop off after a few decades.
So, have we no privacy left?
No, apparently not.
So
now, look, it would be a much bigger deal, I think, if either it had been Jay-Z or if Beyonce had been attacking him. You know, I mean, mostly what people are going to want to know out of this is they're at an after party after the Met Gala. What is it that caused her to go off like that?
I thought that was DEFCON 4. I thought that was like she was like, that wasn't a slight thing. When you get into spitting, you're fucking mad, right?
That is true.
Primal.
Like, what could bring someone to that state?
I think just having to attend the Met Gala in the first place.
Ah!
Because that sounds awful. And then you add alcohol on top of that, and you're angry.
Why is that awful? It looked very posh from the photos I saw.
Yeah, well, I'm
You're
with
not allowed
Bree.
to, I feel like you're not allowed to smile there. A lot of
That's a
red
rule.
carpet photos were just pouty McPowderson, like.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know.
I felt like attacking you, actually. Maybe you're onto something.
So I think she was just like, wow, I didn't show any emotion all night. This is my chance.
Yeah.
Before anyone can see us.
You mentioned as we were going to the video that they had been very restrained right up until they went into the elevator. There's some speculation that they went into the elevator so that they wouldn't be having some sort of public fight. I mean, when you have the bodyguards there, that story doesn't exactly make sense to me because the bodyguards can restrain her either way. But it reminds me of like an action movie where like an undercover cop has to they're fighting, but then as soon as a person walks by, they have to pretend nothing was going on.
I feel guilty even watching stuff like that.
Yes.
Because we've violated everyone's privacy so thoroughly that seems like there's no end to it. Like, I feel like that's a scene we shouldn't have seen, except collectively as a nation, we saw it and we can't unsee it.
Totally.
And so I don't know what the answer to that is.
I mean, on Pop Sugar today, we covered this story, and I think to give somebody like Solange the benefit of the doubt and say maybe they were just play fighting. I mean, who knows?
No.
We really don't know.
That's a good effort at unseeing it, but not buying it.
I mean, you never know. Like, I don't know. Maybe it escalated. I don't know. I just know that I can't. There's no sound. We don't know what's happening. We don't know what's real. We don't know what's fake. I don't know. Just giving her the benefit of the doubt.
I mean, I think the one aspect of this where we can legitimately have a problem is you would expect that whoever has access to those security tapes, his job is to protect the integrity of the tapes and not to like willy-nilly release them to TMZ whenever anything juicy happens.
Well, it's not willy-nilly. I'm sure you got paid a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a good point. Very posh willy-nilly.
Yeah. So then, okay, that goes to the next question, which is, so if TMZ pays money for getting tapes like this, and we all think like, that sucks, man. I mean, maybe I guess a lot of people don't think that. We think that, but I guess a lot of people are like, yes, I got to find out what behind the scenes between Solange and Jay-Z. Is there an argument to be made that we shouldn't watch TMZ so that they don't have the money to pay for tapes like that, right? And if that argument exists, then we've probably violated that because we just showed the tape. Yeah. So I understand the irony of that at the very least, if it's not hypocrisy.
Yeah. I would like to go on record as saying that I do not watch TMZ. I'm sure it's fine if you're into that. I'm just not particularly into that. But I don't think Look, maybe this is a weird or cynical view, but I don't think it's absolutely horrible to watch the tapes. And the reason I say that is Jay-Z and Beyonce especially, and Solange, because she's close to Beyonce, a little bit less, are famous not just because of the quality of their work. They're not J.D. Salinger. They're public figures. They're famous because of their lives, both in front of the camera and behind the camera. And if you're going to benefit throughout your life financially, socially, in terms of influence, because of your work, but also the rest of the stuff, then you also can be injured because of it.
Yeah, not buying it. If you made the argument about the Kardashians, then I totally buy it. That's exactly what they do, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, Jay-Z and Beyonce are like artists. You know, they do have a lot. They put a lot of work. And
I don't mean just them. I'm saying you should expect this going into celebrity status in 2014.
But then, so what are you supposed to do? Not sing? And not, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, okay, what if we got big enough, which just seems comical, but like then, like, all right, let's put it this way: TYTU is so big that now
I don't know if you've seen,
people can violate your privacy left and right. Hey, you entered this sphere. You're in the media, so I got to videotape you slapping your cat. Okay.
I don't have a cat, and I would never hit my dog. Look, I think that, especially you know, you're the single biggest person on this network. I'm sure there are people trying to find out stuff about you. But we have a very unique strategy that most people, and especially like Jay-Z and Beyonce, they don't pursue. We preemptively put out all of the horrible info about us. And we're just like Tyrion in Game of Thrones. Like, you know, if you use your weaknesses as your armor, it can never be used against you.
Nice.
That's why we're releasing the tape of me and Anna fighting in an elevator tomorrow. Okay.
It happens. That happens all the time. Like my sister's ex-boyfriend, we would fight like brother and sister all the time, and the fact that it happened and we have to see it, it's the circle of life.
I think that's part of the point. This is the thing. Okay, fine, they're celebrities, and it's interesting to see a fight. If you were fighting in an elevator with your sister's ex-boyfriend,
right,
at the time, and I didn't know who you were, I'd still watch the fight because it's a fight,
exactly.
Right? Just because it's people fighting, like, oh shit, she's mad. She just kicked him. We watch fights. So the fact that it's a celebrity happening, really, it's fine that we saw it, and then we move on. I saw an accident today as I was driving back from lunch. It was a pretty bad accident. The immediate aftermath, I was like, oh shit. We rubberneck. I don't know who that was, but if it was two celebrities, I'd be like, oh shit, that's Jay-Z and Beyonce. And then I keep driving so I don't rear end the guy in front of me. It's just, we see something spectacular and we move on.
Okay, all right, final thing on this then. I'm going to try to declare Solange not guilty. So obviously she's the one here that's attacking Jay-Z. She's attacking him very significantly, but we don't know why. But I feel like since we weren't supposed to see it in the first place, I want to give her a preemptive pardon. What say you?
I agree.
I say that with that precedent, Donald Sterling cleared of all charges. We weren't supposed to hear his tape. Boom! Wait, where's the gavel?
No. Okay, hold on. Okay, the gavel is here, but you will not be pounding it. Okay, now, in the Donald Sterling case, a willing participant in that conversation released the tape. So that's a little different.
There was more treachery.
J.R. Jackson, can I get a 3-1 ruling that we have a preemptive pardon on Solange?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. They're regular people, and as far as I'm concerned, once people are out of the spotlight and they feel they're not being watched, they're normal people, so they got into a fight. She got mad. Oh, whatever. Maybe she got drunk and got mad.
Almost.
Solange is an angry drunk. Oh, yeah, I know a lot of this. You know, she's a normal person. So yeah, pardon because you're drunk and you got mad. Your family has to deal with it.
So it's official. We have enough votes to give her a preemptive pardon. Now let me throw the last monkey wrench, which is, if it was the other way around, no one would have pardoned Jay-Z.
Oh no, definitely not.
Okay, so let's just keep it real that that's the case.